going to start differently today. We are going to do this meditation is very beautiful. It's by Thich Nhat Hanh. And you know that Thich Nhat Hanh, that he was a Buddhist monk. The Buddhists focus on breathing. That is a very simple practice. They just ask you, it's very simple, but at the same time, it's very powerful. He says, we can read this, the first part, that is very simple, but I repeat, is very powerful. He only encourages us is that if we, what does he says? Gabi, you can start reading the only the paragraph, this first paragraph that is in bold.
Uh-huh. Our breathing should be pleasant, should bring us joy. If it happens that you don't know what to do, the right thing to do is to go back to your breathing and enjoy your breathing, because your breathing is in your level.
Enjoyable. Huh? To enjoyable.
Enjoyable. In, out, deep, slow, calm, ease, smile, release, present moment, wonderful moment.
Okay, so we are going to start today with a brief part of this meditation. Because this meditation is long, it lasts 20 minutes. We are going to take just 4 or 5 minutes to listen, and you know that the only thing you have to do is this, to just focus on your breath. And then we start the class. Well, the class has already started, but we go to the song, to the lyrics of the song that is also very beautiful. And when we finish, we also will finish with another part of this meditation. Because you know that spirituality is experience and is practice. The teachers invite us not only to read and to know about how to find peace and connect, they encourage us to do it. So we'll start like this, and then we'll go on with our class. Let me share the video with you. You know that for meditation, the most recommended thing is to close your eyes. You can close them, or you can, the video is very beautiful because all the images and all are images of natural landscape, and also invites you to go within and to connect with this calm and ease and peace. But sometimes to focus on your breath is better to have your eyes closed. It depends on you. You can do it as you want. Let me.
Our breathing should be pleasant, should bring us joy. If it happens that you don't know what to do, the right thing to do is to go back to your breathing and enjoy your breathing, because your breathing is enjoyable. In, out, deep, slow, calm, ease. smile, release, present moment, wonderful moment. This exercise is very pleasant to practice. You drive your car and you can practice this short poem for your breathing. You sit on a bus or on the train, you practice also in, out, deep, slow. And suppose you are washing the dishes in the kitchen, then that is the time also to practice in, out, deep, slow, and smile to yourself, smile to your presence and your dishwashing. Breathing in, I know I am breathing in. Breathing out, I know I am breathing out. We summarize these two sentences as in, out. Breathe in such a way that you enjoy your in-breath and out-breath. It's a very simple exercise, and yet if you do it, you realize miracles. Just breathing in and enjoy it. Breathing out and enjoy it. And be one with your in-breath. Be one with your out-breath. And become fully alive, fully present in the here and the now. That is nothing less than a miracle that you can produce at any time of your daily life. Breathing in, I know I am breathing in. Breathing out, I know I am breathing out. In, out. When you do like that, mindfulness is there, concentration is there, and life is there. You stop all your thinking, your projects. You are one with your breathing. It's wonderful. After a few minutes of breathing like that, the quality of your breathing will increase by itself. And you may like to try the second line, deep, slow. It means breathing in, I know that my in-breath has become deep. It has become deep by itself, not because of your intention to make it deeper. If you practice in, out for some time, naturally your in-breath will become deeper and slower. When mindfulness touches something, it improves the quality of that something. And that is why your breathing has become more harmonious, calmer, and that produces a more pleasant feeling within your body and your consciousness. So deep, slow means breathing in, I notice that my in-breath has become deeper. Breathing out, I notice that my out-breath has become slower. Now your in-breath and out-breath has become deeper and slower, more calm, more harmonious. It helps your body to be more calm and more harmonious. And also it has an effect on your consciousness, on your mind. So when you practice deep, slow, of course the pleasure is greater, just because the quality of the breath has increased. And later on you may try the third line of the gatha. Calm, ease. Breathing in, I feel calm within my body and my mind. Breathing in, I calm the activities of my body. I calm the formation called body. Breathing out, I calm the formation which is called feeling. So this is exactly the practice recommended by the Buddha in the Sutra on mindful breathing. Experiencing the feeling I breathe in, experiencing the feeling I breathe out. Calming the feeling I breathe in, calming the feeling I breathe out. Calm, ease means breathing in, I feel calm within myself. Not only my body is calm, but also my feeling has become calm. So you experience your body, you experience your feeling, and you breathe in and out in order to calm the formations. First your body and then your feelings. Ease means breathing out. I feel at ease. I ease everything. I take everything at ease. I take time to live my daily life. I am not in a hurry. I feel wonderful in this moment. It means ease. You feel light. You don't feel burdened by your worries, by your afflictions. And you feel you have the freedom within yourself. You feel being yourself, not a victim of your worries, not a victim of your past and your worries about the future. Calm, ease.
Okay. Now, gently, you can open your eyes and you can see that it is simply like this. Just by focusing on your breathing, you can come back to yourself. And you know that at the beginning he says, it is easy, and you can do this wherever you are. Sometimes you feel nervous, you feel anxious, and you don't know what to do. And he says, you just have to come back to your breathing. Pay attention, and you can do it when you are driving, when you are on a train, when you are washing your dishes.
Yes.
It's just like this, because you know that sometimes we hear or we listen to things many, many times, but we don't assimilate them.
Yeah.
What is that we always hear? That we are the peace, the love that we are looking for is here. It's very near. It's within us. We only have to connect with this. And doing this, we can experience this, because if we just focus on our breath and the peace is there, is immediate, it's because it is like this. But the most important thing is to experience this, not only to read it, because this is how our life change, if we can experience this. So, and this This is the most important thing, the most important gift we can give to ourselves and to the world. That's why the teachers say, first be, and from that place, you do. It doesn't mean that you have to stay because all the day just being like this and doing nothing. Because you by this brief experience, you can really feel that it takes just a couple of minutes, and it's completely different when you do all that you have to do from a place of peace and connected with yourself. Because if you are connected with yourself, what happened outside doesn't affect you and so much. You have to, this is the new habit that we have to develop. Because you know that what is happening now in the world and to many, many people, and we are part of this. We say, all the people is crazy, they are very unconscious. For instance, yesterday, when I had a class with Analia, the girl that joins on Thursday with you, she told me that she had gone to the doctor because she had a pain in her back, and the doctor was very unconscious. She said, he greeted me twice. And so at first when I saw him, I realized that he was like in autopilot mode. He was doing things, but he was not paying attention to what he was doing. And he greeted me twice. Yes, he didn't even realize that he had already greeted her. And what is this? Disconnection from ourselves. So if we are disconnected, what can we give to others?
Disconnection.
Yes.
Indifferent.
Yes. And that's why to be connected with ourselves is the first thing. This is a very unconscious habit because nobody taught us to do this. We are so used to how we go out and we are immediately drawn by the world. And so we are so used to react. At the first, something happens outside, and then we immediately react and we get lost in, and that's why we say, oh, I was in peace until I go out. No, this peace is here. You get disconnected, but you don't even realize because this habit is so unconscious that you are not aware of it. So, and I think that, yesterday with Anali, I was talking about this. He says, yes, I think that this habit that we can develop of coming back to ourselves, the breathing is a very practical. It's very practical because it is always with you and it takes nothing. But there are some people that take something and they go inside and they put their hands on the heart and just come back to themselves. But it's more important for me that taking long meditations, because most of the people think that They will be more at peace if they have time to meditate more. And
Yeah.
the reality is that many people have many things to do and many activities and a very active life, and maybe you don't have 4 hours per
Yeah.
day to meditate, but you can do this. The more conscious, this is to be conscious, the more conscious you are, the better you can help and be in service of others.
You know that once I heard, because I was reading something about breathing, you know that once of the things I felt attracted by my boyfriend was that he had a book called Mindfulness.
Mm.
So I was reading about that and and reading that and watching some videos. I heard that there is a interested date data
Data.
data that says that do you know why smokers smoke? And despite of the nicotine, one of the main things that attracts smoker people is the fact to breathe, because at that moment he take a lot and then, and they don't
Okay.
be conscious of that. They are not conscious of that. So that is one of the reasons the smoking is attract and addicted to, despite of the
Yeah.
nicotine and all that. But
And
the
I didn't realize this, but yes, it's why, because people who can, this is a close relationship, relation with the people who, smokers are very anxious people. They
Mhm.
and they smoke to release their
Breathe.
anxiety.
Yes,
So yes, and I did, but I didn't connect this with the how. What do they have to do? What do they do when they smoke? And
yes,
you are
they are thinking
they
too. But if you
breathe
can, yes, if you can observe people who is smoking, you can see clearly that he takes a long,
a long in breath.
yes,
Yes,
and a long
exhale,
exhalación,
out breath. Yes, they
out breath.
inhale and then exhale.
Yes. And the fact to have an element in doing this activity is more helpful because it's easier to be conscious of you have to take a long in breath and then a
Yes.
long out breath, because you are saying the smoke, the humo.
The smoke, yeah, through your
Yeah.
mouth. It helps them to focus. Yeah,
Yes,
but you
because
don't need, yes, such a. And
because
well, there are others things that makes the addition more strong, that
yes,
stronger,
obviously.
that the nicotine and yes, all the others uh, noxious things.
Yeah.
And have you ever smoked?
No.
Me too. Me, neither me. And Pablito, have you ever smoked?
Oh no, neither me.
No.
My mother grandfather was a doctor, and he had to his patient to leave the cigarette,
Mm.
and but
To quit, yes, to quit
yes,
uh,
but
tabacism,
but he he he
smoking.
but he smoked one cigarette a day, sometimes, and you had to see how they enjoy that cigarette, taking breath in, enjoying the pleasure to smoke and exhale. And I remember in my mind that's action, and it's wonderful because he dominate the cigarette, not the in the other side. The cigarette dominated the people because, like the Gabriela said, sometimes nobody smoke until one take off one cigarette and the other take another smoke, so they don't need the to feel that. But when they see the other smoke, began to other like the first one. So it's not that they enjoy. It's not this like a vicious.
Yes, it becomes a habit, and like this unconscious habit all that these unconscious habits that we have, that and we they can't stop. They can't stop. It's like you involved or you engaged in this and you can't stop. And I had a very strong experience. I think that it comes from another life because both of my parents were heavy smokers, very heavy smokers. And my father died of lung cancer because of the cigarette. And something I was with him, I had uh, many problems with my father because, well, he abandoned us when we were childs, and then he came back when I was a teenager, and I was very angry with him, and I couldn't forgive him for many years. And when he got ill, I was 20 something, 28, more or less. But at that time, when I saw him sick and that I saw that he was dying, and I had two brothers, and my brothers, the relationship of my brothers with him was different because they worked with him and they were in touch with him more than me because I had something in my heart and I was very angry with him and I couldn't forgive him. But when he got ill, God is present everywhere. My brothers, who were very close to him more than me, said, "Oh, it was very difficult for them to stay with my father and see see him in that condition, that he was very ill, that he had to be at the hospital. They didn't know how to cope with that, and I felt that I had to be with my father, and I was with him until he died, and I did help me to reconcile with my father. But what I saw is that, and I couldn't understand at that moment, but I just accepted, is what that he couldn't stop smoking, although he was dying. He had, and when you say, Pablito, how they enjoy smoking. Oh, he was at the hospital and he was waiting to leave because he wanted to be, didn't want to be at the hospital because he said, oh, if I'm here, I can't smoke. And he can't even breathe. And he was waiting to go out just to smoke a cigarette. It was very powerful to me. But the great the great news is this, that we can have this pleasure and this enjoyable thing about breathing without an addiction of something as noxious as a cigarette. But well, my friends, you know that these classes are like this. But this is a very beautiful way of reflecting on things that maybe we don't realize. But
And
this,
it's so strange because my both parents those smoke, and my father smoke a lot, and I fight with him to stop the cigarette, and for 20
to
25.
quit. In English,
Yes.
there is a verb that is used a lot to talk about addictions, and is to quit, or of habits, bad habits, to quit an addiction or a habit. Es dejar, dejar una
Yes.
adicción, an
It's
addiction.
not the
So,
same to say get up.
yes, to quit or to give up. Very good. These are synonyms. To keep, quit, or give up. Give up, you know that we always talk a lot about phrasal verbs in English. That is, it's a very usual verb to talk about addictions or habits.
To give up smoking or to smoke?
Yes, yes. Give up with ing. Give up smoking. Give up a habit.
And it is the same to quit smoking?
Yes, to quit smoking or to quit an addiction. You have to use, the other day, I think that we were seeing the structure that you have to use a noun or an ing form. But the ing form, a noun, or the ing form, that is the gerund, because the gerund sometimes has the function of a noun. When you said give up smoking, en español nosotros decimos dejar de fumar. So, en español, in Spanish, we use the infinitive. Decimos
Yes.
fumar. But in English, they use the gerund with the function of a noun. Porque nosotros decimos dejar de fumar, que es lo mismo que decir dejar el cigarrillo, por ejemplo, que es un sustantivo. In English, instead of using the infinitive, we don't say to give up to smoke. We say we give up smoking, to give up smoking, to give up an addiction, to give up a habit. Very good, my friends. Well, now we have, we may come back to these beautiful lyrics of the song of Michael Jackson. That, well, it was not written by Michael Jackson, the song, but he made it very famous and popular with the video that we watched. And, well, you know that we have read, I think, the first verses. We can read it again and up to here because the next expression we are going to explore today is this that is called, when he says a summer's disregard. What does it mean? So we can start by reading up to this last verse, and then we'll stop and explain a summer's disregard. So we can get involved in the topic and what is the song about. Pablito, do you want to start reading the lyrics?
Okay. I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good. Gonna make it different. Gonna make it right. And I stand it at the color of my favorite winter coat. This wind is blowing my mind. I see the kid in the street with nothing else to eat. Who are not to be blind, pretending not to see their needs. And summer disregard the broken bottle top, and a man and soul, they follow each other of the wind, yeah, no, 'cause they got now to go. That's why I want to know.
Yes. A summer disregards a broken bottle top and a one man's soul. They follow each other on the wind, 'cause they got nowhere to go. That's why I want you to know. So, the lyrics of this song starts by saying, "I'm gonna make a change." The first verse is very powerful because what happens if you want to make a change is because you're not feeling good. If you see that you need a change, and the main topic of the song is, yes, if I want to change the world, because he start by saying that I'm gonna make a change. He's taking responsibility and saying that he has to change. And then he's what is the situation? He's starting his day, maybe. He's preparing to go out into the world. And he's in front of the mirror and he says this, I'm gonna make a change, when he sees his reflection on the mirror. And then he turns his eyes and looks out of the window. And what he sees out of the window, that there are a lot of people suffering outside. That's why he says, I see the kids in the streets with not enough to eat. And he says, who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their needs? What does this phrase means? Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their needs?
He's feeling guilty.
Yes, and that he's realizing that he doesn't have to be indifferent. He can't go on being indifferent to what is happening outside. That's why who am I to be blind? To be blind is to be pretending not to see what is happening outside, not to taking care, or to see it's not my business. It's not my business. There are people suffering in the world. Well, and then he says, he compares, because he gives examples. He says, a summer disregards a broken bottle top. What is a broken bottle top? La tapita de una botella. Cuando ¿qué hace uno cuando destapa una botella? La tapita no sirve más. You discard it. And a one man's soul. El alma de una persona, porque esas personas que él está viendo, the people who is watching on the streets, are souls. And when you say I don't care about them. It's not my business. It's like you are discarding, like a bottle top, discarding them. As and a summer disregard is an expression. Summer is a season. It's always the season. Maybe for most people, it's the season where we go on holidays, when we take a rest, when we relax. And what is a disregard? Disregard is the opposite. It starts with a prefix, which is this. And what does this prefix mean? The opposite of something. For example, you have to agree, and the opposite of agree is to disagree.
Agree.
Okay, it means the opposite. So disregard is the opposite of regard. And what is the word regard? Means attention, care, respect, and consideration. So a disregard is the opposite of all this. Is lack of attention, lack of care, neglect, or indifference. So regard is a noun that is used a lot in English. When you say, it means, as we have said, care or concern. For example, Gabi, if you want, you can read the examples of regard, for example. Number one.
Okay. And in regard to your questions, I will send more information tomorrow.
The first one is more here, because this is, yes, an expression that will go after this.
She has great regard for her students. It means she cares about her students.
Yes, he pays attention to her students. Their students are important to her. Okay. The second example.
Environmental issues should be treated by regard for future generations.
Yes, it should be treated with care, with attention, because they are important for future generations. Then there are some common expressions in English using regard. We say in regard to, with regard to, that vieron que es en español decimos con respecto a tal cosa, respecto de. This is the expression that means in regard to, concerning.
Yes.
Yes, this is that. Why? That's why, because we use it a lot, but we don't know why it is like this expression.
Yeah.
It means concerning or about something. So, what are the examples? In regard?
In regard to your questions, I will send you more information tomorrow. And then I am writing in regard to our meeting.
Yes, it's a very introductory expression that it is used a lot in English. That's why I put it here.
And it is very useful to talk, because I always have to say that, but I don't know how to translate.
Yes. Exacto. And exactly. And you have different ways. You can say in regard to, with regard to, or as regards. As regards is also the most common, because it's the most simple, the more simple, and the more the shorter one, the shortest. As regards the schedule, nothing has changed. As regards when you're talking about something. But so this regard is the opposite of regard. if you say he showed complete disregard for the rules, what does it mean? That he doesn't care about the rules. He didn't respect the rules. He doesn't pay attention to the rules. The rules are not important for him.
Okay. They are
Or,
indifferent.
yes, or here, Pablito, you can read the other examples. The
The
company.
company acted with disregard to the environment.
Mhm.
The driver showed disregard for the safety of others.
Okay, so now that we know what is disregard, what is a summer's disregard?
Son
In
indiferentes.
and if we have to translate this phrase, we would say un descuido de verano, por ejemplo. You know that in Spanish we use the phrase un amor de verano.
Ah, yes, I think for that.
Yes, because it is something that it lasts only for a short period and then you forget about it. You disregard it. It's last, or here it says, the neglect, carelessness. Here we have another way of forming a word that to mean the opposite. You know that we can use the prefix this or the suffix less, because here we have care. Care, to care about something is to pay attention to something. Cuidar algo, expresar cuidado por algo, atención, darle atención a algo. But if you say careless, es the opposite. Es cuando algo te tiene sin cuidado. And carelessness, it's the abstract noun. Quiere decir descuido sería. Porque cuidado, descuidado sería descuido por el suffix ness. Or indifference, that leaves things forgotten or abandoned. So, he says, in the lyric, it is grouped with a broken bottle or a once man's soul, three images of things that has been discarded, ignored, or left behind. So, why is he comparing a man's soul with a broken bottle or a summer's disregard? Because these people that he's watching out in the streets that are souls, are human beings, and they are being discarded as they were just a bottle top. Eso es lo que él está queriendo decir, que cuando uno dice I don't care, es como que está, or that's why a summer disregard can be these things, things that you use or you enjoy only for a summer and then you discard them or you left them aside or you abandon them. Por eso nosotros en español decimos un amor de verano. Es un amor que, qué lindo, pero fue para el verano nada más. Terminó el verano y me olvido, ya está. I left him behind. So, this is the, he says, a summer disregard, a broken bottle top, and one's man's soul. He's probably describing that society overlooks litter, because broken bottle top, litter is rubbish, garbage. Litter is another way of saying basura. Human suffering, and the general neglect or indifference that allows these problems to exist.
Sorry, what does it mean, overlook?
Overlook is, this is another word that if you look at something, you are watching it, you are paying attention to it. If you overlook something, it means that you don't pay, lo pasas por alto. Pasa, viste como decimos en español, es como que no le presta atención, lo pasa por alto, como que
No les
ignora.
aborda.
Is indifferent to say, to that situation or to someone or to something. Entonces sería pasar por alto. Overlooks. Okay, so here, the image suggests something left behind after summer is over. What is to leave behind? It's like of a literal translation. How do we say in Spanish?
Dejar
Leave
atrás.
behind. Dejar atrás. That is, you
Abandon.
forget about. You don't need it anymore. So you leave something behind. After summer is over. Like un amor de verano. You leave it behind. Forgotten, neglected, and blown about by the mind. Just like the broken bottle top and the lost souls in the next lines. O sea que por eso él all has a reason why he's listing these things all together. Because he's comparing. And that it means that we put them in the same category. Okay, so to finish, yes, it's almost time, but we can finish with this following the following verse, and then we'll go to the other part of our meditation to finish. So what does he says after this? Gaby, do you want to read the next?
From I am start.
Yes, I'm starting.
I am starting with the man on the mirror. I am asking him to change his ways, and no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change.
Okay. No message could have been any clearer. That, what is the message, the clear message here? That
Make a change.
yes, that if you want to make a change or in the world, first you have to change yourself. This is the the message that has become clear for him. That before, if we want to change all this indifference, neglect, and carelessness about the people who suffer and all the bad things that happen in the world, first you have to make a change and change yourself. Okay, and this change has to do with what talk about in the beginning. What is to make a change is to simply to come back to yourself, to connect with yourself again, to connect with the love that you are. Because the only way of making a change outside is being what you are, being the love you are with others. But to be able to give this love, you have to be aware of what you are and connected with what you are. Okay. Well, my friends, we still go on with this beautiful song next class, because you know that is Pablito sent me the song, and it has been the song It's like the song of the year because we have been with this song but it's really very, very. Here you have the example that with spiritual things and with ourselves is the same. It's a question of going deeper and deeper and deeper. Yesterday we were talking about this with you, Gabi, when you said to me that you have read The Power of Now, and we were talking about some a part, and you realized and you said, "Oh yes, I read it, and I will come back again and read it again because now that I understand this, it would be different to read it."
Yeah,
It is like
deeper.
this. Yes,
Understand deeper.
differently. Okay. And a deeper understanding. That now they have a deeper understanding, and you know, you realize what is the difference. It is not accumulating knowledge and a lot of information. It's paying attention to this and go deeper with this. Okay, my friends. So to finish, we can do a bit more of our beautiful meditation of Thich Nhat Hanh. So we end our Saturday morning connected with ourselves. Let me share the screen again. Let's see, the sound has not disconnected. Okay, a bit more. At least 5 minutes more, and so remember that you just have to close your eyes and focus on your breathing.
And of course, that exercise is also very rewarding, very pleasant. Breathing in, I feel calm within my body, my feeling. Breathing out, I feel very much at ease with myself. I take everything at ease. In, out, deep, slow, calm, ease, and then smile, release. Breathing in, I smile. Breathing out, I let go. I let go of my projects, of my worries about the future, of my regret concerning the past, because the present moment is so wonderful. And I am capable of touching the wonders of life in the present moment. Breathing in, I smile. And the smile has the capacity of releasing all the tensions that are left on your face, on your body. This is a smile of victory. This is a smile of loving kindness directed to your own body, your own feelings. And when you breathe out, you become released. Nothing as important as your peace, as your stability, as your freedom, your ease. You cannot exchange these valuable things for anything else. So release here means you have become yourself. you are capable of releasing all your cows, your ideas, even your ideas of happiness. Each of us is caught in our idea of happiness. We believe that we will be truly happy when such conditions are available. So we have an idea about happiness. And we don't know that that very idea of happiness is the obstacle for our being happy. And if you are capable of releasing that idea of happiness, happiness will be born in you right away. There's a young man who thinks that he can only be happy if he gets that degree, that diploma. There is another young person who said that if he cannot get into that position, he cannot marry that person, and then happiness will not be possible. So we set up conditions for our happiness, and we are caught in that idea. But happiness can come to us at any time if we are a free person. Why are you committed only to one idea of happiness? When you are committed to one idea of happiness, you limit your capacity of being happy. And if you let go of that idea of happiness, and then happiness can come from every direction. One country might be caught by one idea about happiness. A whole nation might think that unless we embrace that ideology and realize it, there will be no future for our country. And maybe during 50 years or 70 years, we are caught by that idea of happiness. And we have created a lot of tragedy within our country, our people, just because we get caught in one idea about happiness. And maybe 50 years later, 70 years later, we find out that that idea of happiness has been an obstacle for the happiness of the whole nation. So if you are lucky, you can release that idea. As individuals, we also commit the same kind of mistake. We invent an idea of happiness. We cling to it. That is why many of us cannot be happy. So releasing things, let go of things is a very important practice. And among these things, the idea of happiness. Let us look deeply into our idea of happiness. And we might find out that it is exactly that idea of happiness that has prevented us to be happy. And this teaching is very clear in Buddhism. Breathing in, I smile. I know happiness is possible at any moment. The wonders of life are available at any moment. I can touch them. I can be happy without any condition. And that is why, breathing out, I can release. You are very smart if you can let go of these things that have prevented you to be happy in the past. You can be extremely happy just sitting there and breathing in and out. You enjoy the miracle of life. So smile, release, can bring you a lot of happiness. You need to be nourished by that joy, that happiness. And that joy, that happiness can help heal the wounds within your body and your soul. And finally, The last exercise proposed in the gatha, present moment, wonderful moment. Breathing in, I establish myself in the present moment. Breathing out, I know this is a wonderful moment. If someone comes and asks you this question, has the most wonderful moment of your life arrived or not? We might be embarrassed. We may say that, well, it does not seem that it has arrived. But I strongly believe that it will arrive soon. Otherwise, my life will have no meaning. But if we use our intelligence in order to look, we know that if we continue to live exactly in the way we have lived our life during the past 20 years, not mindful, always running, always trying to escape, that most wonderful moment of our life will not be likely to arrive in the next 20 years. That is something logical. But in this teaching, you learn that you have to make the present moment into the most wonderful moment of your life. Because the present moment is the only moment available. And if you know how to go back to it, to be fully present, to touch the wonders of life in that moment, and that moment can become the most wonderful moment of your life. And you know you have the capacity of doing it. And by very simple practice, like walking, breathing, smiling, touching with mindfulness, the beauties of life, the wonders of life, you can make a paradise, you can make the kingdom of God available to you in the here and the now.
And my friends. Thank you. You know,
Gracias,
take
Cari.
this
Thanks.
with you. Just breathe and come back to yourself. This is the message of this beautiful class we have today. Well, bye. Have a wonderful weekend in the present moment. Then I will send the link of this beautiful meditation.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.